Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. Keke Palmer and her child daddy, Darius Jackson, depend on some untidy show by and by on the grounds that they're back to calling each other out via web-based entertainment and things are going to get terrible again. Darius, as of late, went on a tirade against Keke, blaming her for being manipulative and driving him to be a loser father to their child. Yet Keke isn't going to allow him to spread that story about her since she emerged to freely disgrace him for attempting to make her the antagonist since he has previously continued on and got another boo. Purportedly, Darius is preparing to do a delicate send-off of his new relationship. But Keke isn't going to let him paint what is going on between Keke Palmer and her child, Daddy. Darius Jackson is still, however, screwed up, as it seemed to be the point at which we previously learned about their untidy relationship for some setting in November last year. We figured out that Keke and Darius had parted after she made charges against him, guaranteeing that he put paws on her while they were seeing someone terrible, as that was all there was to. It wasn't all that astounding on the grounds that a couple of months before that Darius had openly disgraced her on Twitter for demonstrating skin at Usher's show and permitting herself to be serenaded by Usher. He cited the video of her and Usher and remarked, "It's the outfit, however you a mother like that." Wasn't terrible enough, he proceeded to call her a 304, saying we live in an age where a man of the family doesn't need the spouse and mother to his children to grandstand goods cheeks to satisfy others, and he gets told the amount of a skeptic he is. This is my family and my portrayal. I have minimum expectations and ethics for what I accept, and I trust the jury to make wise decisions. He got hauled over this with Keke, who stayed with him for a couple of months until she recorded a limiting request against him as per court reports. He had supposedly placed paws on her a couple of days before she documented, saying that he intruded into Keke's home without her insight or assent, and compromised her prior to lurching for her, yet it deteriorates on the grounds that this isn't only one occurrence according to the archives. Keke proceeded to assert that there have been many cases with Jackson that incorporate obliterating her own property, including journals, and remedy eyeglasses, tossing her possessions into the road, tossing her vehicle keys. To keep her from heading out, he likewise supposedly threatened to unalive himself, assuming she left him, and, surprisingly, a few stills from the recording of him putting paws on her spilled via web-based entertainment. Anyway, his sibling Cyrus shielded Darius and guaranteed that Keke was the issue, and he tweeted the most ridiculously nauseating promise manipulative individual I have at any point experienced in all my years. Nearly everybody you all will see simply send positive energy to the infants. Any kid really busy finishing something like this doesn't merit it at all. Wow, so darn miserable. Well, Keke's mother was not going to allow them to spread this account about her child, so she went live and checked some runners, calling him out for lying. Ronas Jackson to post on his Twitter, the crazy stuff that he's posting when he realized his sibling was an I went to Sharon's quite a while back and let him know that his sibling was a my little girl, and he said, "Oh, well, I used to be like that as well." However, Darius attempted to retaliate and he dropped a sound recording of Keke's mother undermining him. "Where's my child, you better? And you better watch music out." He likewise dropped a screen capture of a text between his mother and Sharon where his mother has addressed Sharon about him compromising Keke. His mother composed, "Hi Sharon, how are you? I have made an effort not to engage in my child's private concern, yet I heard that you plan to place something in my child's head. Well, then now we need to include the specialists in light of the fact that since you don't regard or esteem yourself, and I can't see nor my child's life, you could have to us all. I will document a police report on you." Now Sharon then answered kindly, "Don't reach me with this crazy whimsical conductor, his own sister. Manage his displeasure issues on the off chance that my little girl in her own home, where she takes care of the bills, he is intruding. And anything can occur, so he ought to remain away. You ought to be exceptionally embarrassed to have raised a man who battles ladies at comprehend that he was attempting to demonstrate his innocence. However, those screen captures ought to have remained in the draft since it just exacerbated him. Well, following 2 or 3 weeks, Keke dropped her limiting request against him just for him to wind up fouling a controlling request against her, guaranteeing that she was forceful toward him. As per reports, he guaranteed that Keke had savagely grasped his arm and requested he stay with her after he attempted to go to a close-by calf to watch a football matchup. He said, "We traded a message about this occurrence, and I sent her a photograph of the imprint she left on my arm that evening." He expressed in the records alongside a picture of the imprints on his arm a supposed text from Palmer in which she said "we're finished" and called him whimsical. So when I expressed that things are super screwed up between these two, I'm not playing. However, at that point, it arrived at a point 2 or 3 days prior when Darius went on a tirade against Keke, concealing her for not allowing him to see her child. He said, when I let you know that they make men go through circles with regards to seeing their own children, then they have the boldness to toss that bastard home measurement at your face, not to mention cause you to feel respected to get any sort of time with your own kid. I feel for fathers that surrendered when it came to authority. It's intellectually, genuinely, and actually depleting. You'll lose yourself. My soul is a major area of strength too. I have contemplated it, and thanks to God, I have an astounding circle. He proceeded with an excessive number of Ahabs, giving these Jezebels a voice and stage to give orders to a great deal of frail men. I was once a feeble man. You go through your time on earth being hopeless as a powerless man searching for endorsement that you won't ever get for the people who don't have children, and this is the sort of thing that I will underline to my child. Stand by till blemish and ensure God is at the focal point of your relationship. There's a standard book that has been given to us millennia prior. It's best to follow it because all the other things prompt disarray. He didn't call Keke out by name, however. There was a compelling reason to do so on the grounds that everyone got the shade. Well, you all can trust Keke to toss the shade right back at him, which is what she was talking about. Nobody continues on faster than an egotist. Okay, fans were considering what the heck occurred between these two for them to begin acting so obscurely unexpectedly, particularly with Keke's mysterious post about continuing on. Well, a few sources are guaranteeing that Darius has purportedly continued on with another lady and is in another relationship, despite the fact that he is over here acting all heartbroken that his family is separated, and truly knowing how Darius moves, I wouldn't be excessively shocked assuming it truly transforms out that he previously got into another relationship. Well, fans had a ton to say regarding this, and they left remarks like his point of view is bored on the grounds that he's watched his dad be a mother for a really long time, and she remained Keke leaving isn't his ordinary. He hasn't seen a lady leave what is happening, so rather than taking responsibility for his activities, he chooses to comprehend the reason why men become lowlifes fascinating, and she's not guiltless in her own circumstance. It's been demonstrated that you should quit attempting to make that man a miscreant when you contributed to making the story. You put hands on him as well and control circumstances with the media in your pocket. Devi isn't correct, so owning yours is too, Keke. However, do you all think that Keke is blameless in this show? Like she's been following up via virtual entertainment? Subscribe Apple World for more videos.